You said they have an expectation of the world, and what else?
Yeah, they have an expectation of the world they live in. So basically, how do I like? I always say it's like a scale that you step on, right? To measure like your weight, or a ruler. Basically, they measure the world with their ruler, and their ruler is their expectation. Their ruler is a super normal ruler, and it's about like 30 centimeters long, and they measure the world through that lens. That's their worldview, right? They're looking at this measurement, or they're looking through the worldview they have, which is basically a compilation of like experiences, information, and evaluations they have made from childhood, and that is intertwined with their ego, right? Because like they attach themselves to it, right? Like this is basically the ego and the worldview is like one and the same thing.
All right. So as far as those who may be asleep or just haven't become fully aware, right? Would you say that it's something more like or it's equivalent to that situation where, oh, like if they are not experiencing it, then it doesn't exist? Do you think that's kind of like the mentality that they're in, or like what's your thoughts on that?
It's more like, well, yeah, I am getting to that. It's the worldview.
Yeah.
If something like basically the worldview, you can look at it like the thing those horses have, like where they can't look left and right. You know, or like a magnifying glass people look through all day. So basically, the way that this works is if some human that has a certain worldview, which is like, well, I live in my normal, happy world where I've been going to school, I've been having good experiences, I've been having some bad experiences, blah, 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 but I've never really considered other stuff. And that's their world. That's the world they live in. And then, all out of a sudden, they hear this horrible, horrible information from like fucking big ass fucking, I don't know what the fuck the entire Epstein situation is now. It's like a big clusterfuck. And this information is so far outside of their worldview that the human being has two choices. Because the information is there whether they like it or not. Like the truth is there whether they like it or not. So what a human being can do is either completely push it away and ignore it, which is what a lot of people are doing, right? Yeah. That's where we are saying, that's why people aren't outraged about this, because it literally gets pushed away. They're not looking at it.
I think there's several factors why enough people aren't outraged. I think one of them being is because they think it doesn't affect them in the long term, or they don't realize how it does.
Well,
that's just one of them, but yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even say I wouldn't say that. I would say a lot of people just can't make this can't integrate it in their worldview. That's the problem that we're facing. Because it's still a horrible big outrage, and but people are still not grasping it, not on a true level. The maliciousness is so far out there, that people are just not able to get it, even if they're aware of the situation.
We need to make a movie or a show.
But the other thing is the second option humans have when they can't integrate something in their worldview is this information gets completely integrated in their worldview, but it is so far out there that it is a shock to the system. And what happens is it rips their entire worldview into that direction. And that's what trauma is. It literally, that's what trauma does to you. Trauma is an information or an event or an experience that is so far out of what you can conceive that it forces you to look at it outside of your worldview. And the problem that people have is once they've experienced something like that, they attach themselves to it.
Yeah.
That means they will always look through that experience and never add it again. So the way this works is people don't have an inherent understanding of the world, which means the world can be all kinds of things. It can be infinitely good and infinitely bad. But people with all their expectations, evaluations, and conclusions about the world just build their own little dream world on top of the world. So that's why I'm saying you should collapse yourself back into reality as often as you can, because that'll literally get rid of your dream world, your ego, whatever you might call it, right?
I think that's, in some ways, that's kind of what I have been doing. And maybe that's why other people are perceiving me as like more grounded.
Yeah, I can tell, definitely. That's what I'm saying. That's why we can literally like have a human to human conversation right now. Because you're in that spot where you're like, oh yeah, you're present in the current situation in the moment, right? Where you're like, oh, I'm talking to this guy that is behind this like Discord avatar, like this Jogo guy, right? I'm talking to this person. Like there's a human here, right? And I've been making this mistake so much where I was like talking at people instead of to them, which is also a really big difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's just my evaluation. Like, if did I get the concept across? Because like that's the Epstein thing. If you have questions, I think I can elaborate, but I need questions because I'm like at a dead end right now.
Okay.
So why aren't they able to engage with it? You said exactly. We're going now.
Oh yeah, because it doesn't exist for them. They're not able to engage with it because it doesn't exist. They are not looking at it. They're unwilling to see it or unable to. Like they can perceive it, but since those aspects of themselves, which they are also capable of, because every human being is capable of everything that has existed, right? Every emotion that exists, you're capable of feeling. If you felt it once, you can feel it again. But that's what we do. Some emotions we don't want to feel. Therefore, we push them into the shadow. And since malicious things, usually, and evil things, and like these bad things are very much in the collective consciousness shadow, right? Because they get heavily ostracized and people are like, this is very bad, which it is. But like, that's why it's in their shadow, you know? Therefore, they can't look at it. Because nobody looks at their shadow. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a good person. I can't be bad. What do you mean? I tell myself I'm a good person. How can I be bad? I tell myself the story of the good person that I am. I'm not bad. Oh, somebody did something bad. How could they? I can't even perceive something bad because I'm a good person.
Yeah, how can you be a bad person if you're telling yourself you're good? Yeah.
Yeah, how can bad exist if you are not even able to feel it because you're such a good person? Because everything that is bad, you just push away. You know what I mean? They can't see it because they're literally blind to it. It's literally like, yeah.
It's the negative of
how
manifesting. They don't even believe in manifesting and they're doing it hardcore, but then it's like a false manifesting too.
Yep.
Yeah, but also like it has a lot to do with like what you think what you believe you're deserving of, what you manifest.
Yeah.
Wow, they have really poor self-image. Holy shit.
Yeah, a lot of people have these problems. I don't know. But I think that's the big problem I see in the consciousness of the civilization right now, where we are unable to see the big dangers that are hitting us because they're in our shadows. We don't want to be in danger. How can I be in danger? I want to be safe. I want to scroll TikTok all day and like Instagram, and you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want to think. Thinking can make me afraid. I'm scared of being afraid.
Yeah.
Follow my shadow. You know what I mean? It's like this. That's the problematic we're facing right now. Is like the our subconscious does not allow us to actively understand the problems for what they are, because our little dream world, like, we are looking through the dream world, not at it. It's like a kaleidoscope, right? Or yeah, like a magnifying glass. We look at a certain spot in the world and we're unaware that the entire surrounding, all of it on the side exists as well, because we're only willing to look through the magnifying glass. And we have like kind of no control over it because we've never made the efforts to even like understand why we're looking through it. You know, we just build stuff in it, scribble our little knowledge on it, where we're like, oh yeah, this is the truth. Where can I make this true as well? You know what I mean? Politics, left versus right. I am a right-wing person, or I am a left-wing person. Therefore, I cannot agree with anything somebody who's right-wing, that like what they can't have a point, because I am a left-wing person. I can't be right-wing.
I have a parabolic legend to let you know of. I'm not sure how old this story is, but may I?
Sure, yeah.
There's tales of an ancient three-headed snake. This has also been found in microbiology. This three-headed snake has, 3 or more heads, but 2 of the types of heads, they're 2 polar opposite colors, if you will. They're very stealthy, they slink. Their venom isn't poisonous. It causes alteration of the mind of whatever they're infecting. And the 2 opposite colors then make 2 opposite style behavioral effects as they affect whatever they're pinging on, this poison. And then they go about, the victims go about none the wiser until they encounter the opposite head bite victim, and then they fight because of opposing behavioral guidance, shall we call it. And so then, because of all the fighting, there's a 3rd head. Doesn't have much in the way of teeth, but it's massive, and it just swoops in and swallows up whatever's left. That's like the microbiotic hydra as well as this. And so, yeah, ancient 3-headed snake.
What comes to mind is literally the 2 heads with opposite colors. If the colors are red and blue, that would make a lot of sense, because then that would like be a hint at the left brain, right brain imbalance that we are being programmed into. Like, the brain hemispheres, how they're like correlating with different kinds of thinking and like behaviors. And the 3rd snake, I don't know if I didn't understand the 3rd one properly.
Large, giant head with little to no teeth, but it swallows things whole, so it swallows up whatever's left of the fighting.
Well, if it like that could literally be like one of those allegories for like the Kabbalah right side, left side, right middle pillar kind of thingies.
Yes,
but then we get. Yep.
But the middle head is any large entity or substrate that then consumes further from its divide and conquer strategy, shall we call it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. But like, I don't understand the parable to the degree where I'm like where I can extract like really, you know what I mean? It's like I don't understand it to the degree that it should be understood, I think.
I probably didn't have the full story, but hopefully there's enough of the major important details that it'll be found eventually. upon later rumination. Like a joke today, an aha moment.
Hey, Jaros, welcome back.
Hello.
Namaste.
But yeah, I don't know where we were going with the entire thingy. Like, are you guys like streaming right now? Is there something being recorded?
Yes, if that's alright.
No, I'm fine with it. Yeah, but one thing I've been thinking about is like, what would be a sufficient like way to go about this problematic. That's why I'm saying like the way you need to teach people reality is in a way where they are willing to integrate it. Like you need to find the exact outside layer, which is like not hardcore enough for them to reject it, but also big enough for them to expand their worldview. So like, or the way you can do it is like you can literally just like a cat, you know, that has peed on the carpet, like shove their nose in it. You know what I mean? But that'll just like just like get other like what's it called? It'll get other kinds of negative results where they are like that could induce some form of manic state, which you don't want, right? You want people to wake up to reality and not like enter psychosis, which is like one of the big challenges that we're facing.
So I hear what you're saying, but I think it's also important to know that each case may be individual. So as an example, right? So people like you, William, Momo, have similar like thought patterns, right? Like the way that you express yourselves, the way you articulate yourselves and stuff. Maybe obviously not exact same because you got each mind is its own universe, right? At least that's what my mom says, whatever. But you guys get each other, you understand each other a lot, right? So there's gonna be other groups and other forms or other versions of like little mini collectives, like the archetypes, I think is the correct word. You know, so it's important to know that that's gonna look different for everybody.
I agree, but I think the complete human, in the end, doesn't have much archetypal behaviors left, or at least it really depends on how far you go. You know what I mean?
On your inner work, yeah.
But in the end, I think the big challenge is it's not about the spiritual teachings and stuff like that. I think that is like dreamland, right? This is reserved for the people who are already like super awake and like able to self-sustain themselves, because the average normal person is fucking drowning in their world. They're drowning. They're having the most miserable experience of their life. They're in really, really, really bad spots mentally and physically, and like probably also economically. So it's like they are trying to swim, but they've never learned how to swim. So basically, it's like, how do you teach somebody to deal with their emotions? Somebody that has never done that. And I've been like looking at videos on how to do that sufficiently. Chase Hughes is his name, I think. Chase Hughes. He recently put out a video, which is a pretty good way to go about how your nervous system stores traumatic experiences and how to resolve them slowly but surely. And I think like information like this is going to be super helpful to the average person that takes this seriously and understands the knowledge for what it is. Because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And there's like this meme that I really like, which goes, you can lead a human to knowledge, but you can't make him think. You know what I mean? So like everybody has to do their own effort. But
yeah,
I would argue that.
Well, I think in little encouragements, like kind of like how you came in here and you said you noticed something in me, whatever, right? Like things like that are things that people take internally, subconsciously. And like some people will take it in.
Oh, Anna, you're cutting out. Am I cutting out? Oh no.
No, they are.
Yeah. Well, but like I agree with you. It's about the encouragement, but you're still presuming the one-on-one interaction. And I'm like right now tackling this problem on how do we solve this as a like mass consciousness kind of problem. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I got a call.
Oh yeah, okay.
What was I saying? Oh, like little things like that, you know what I'm saying? So acknowledging other people's growth, and also even like I mean, like what I was saying, like some people it's gonna go over their head, other people will internalize it and stuff, but in positive ways, you know what I'm saying? Like giving people like that positive feedback, acknowledging people when they grow, or like when you see them, you know what I'm saying? Like I always acknowledge people, like especially in like the spiritual community and stuff. Like the last 2 years on here, like I've seen people that have been like extremely ungrounded to semi-grounded, and it's just like growth is growth regardless, you know what I'm saying? And it's still appreciated because it's just like, you know, the more grounded you are, the more space you can hold.
Yeah, fully agree. Hello.
But sorry, I'm trying to get back to my point. So there's people that will take that and, you know, run with it. There's people that will take that and it'll go over their head, like, oh yeah, whatever, like, you know, like and you just have to hope that it lands, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
it doesn't hurt to go that extra mile, you know.
But you're still like talking about the big long journey, you know what I mean? What I'm trying to like always keep in mind is like, how do you get the average human being that has nothing to do with this, is nowhere near initiated or nowhere near anywhere self-sufficient. How do you get them to a state where they are aware of the situation, they are aware of their own internal machinations, and are ahead of the curve to the point where they can sustain themselves emotionally and keep themselves grounded in an emotional net surplus? Like, how do you get them from drowning to like actually swimming with their head above the water? You know what I mean? And then how do you get rid of the apathy and give them self-authorship to the degree where they're willing to try? Why not?
It's kind of like saying, say if you're in a village, you turn around and you look around at the population of the village and you say, how do you get all of them to be an alpha hunter for the village? You don't. What you do is you walk through the village and you select those individuals who have the natural ability, they have the motivation, and then you invest in them and they hunt for the village.
I agree, but I think we are not at a point where we want those few people that excel. I think we are in a state of rapidly deteriorating our average human consciousness into literally like we're killing the soul of humanity, and like on a mass human scale, no?
Sure, but this is 3D is a reality of polarity, Joko. So while you're seeing that decline, there's an incline going on in a very select few. And there's to look at it from the idea of a numbers game is misunderstanding how 3D works. For example, who's got the majority of the human financial wealth? Is it the majority or the minority?
Well, definitely the minority, no?
100%, yeah. So for those select hunters who are hunting their own resistance, their capacity to be able to affect 3D and their magnetism is growing exponentially. They are becoming, they're expanding into true abundance, which is the ability to be able to, through reality, extra-dimensionally. The impact that people like that can have on reality is massive. This is why you don't try and spend your time. I mean, haven't you ever wondered why I haven't gone public and written books and YouTube, despite people asking me to left, right, and centre? Because it's very clear to me, it's like shoving a whole pile of rocks hill that are just going to roll down anyway. As I climb to the top of the mountain and build stairs.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to teach people how to carry their own rock. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much heavy lifting I can do for other people before it starts literally like being too much for me and all the rocks are gonna roll downhill. That's why I'm saying, if you teach somebody to fish, you know what I mean? That's,
in regards to that, I was going to say, you as an individual also have to have your own discernment to know when things are becoming too much or you're becoming overwhelmed and take a step back. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't take on the weight of the world's problems all by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to take comfort in knowing that you do the best that you can every day to the best of your ability. And sometimes we all need to collectively take breaks. You know what I'm saying? Individually, I mean, not collectively. Yeah. Sorry, what were you going to say tonight? Namaste, by the way.
Namaste, sweetheart. So, Jogo, I know you know very well that I know what you're talking about there very well. Okay. The hard lesson that I had to learn was to be able to look at myself and ask myself, what is this mechanism within myself that there is this drive to do the heavy lifting for others? Where does it come from? Sit with that and figure out states of lack within myself now, programming and imprinting from the beginning that created me to be a person like this. That was absolutely necessary. I was running around like a fucking mad-ass hatter for years. Part of it was necessary. I had to be able to figure out what I could do as a spiritualist, how accurate it was. But part of it was me running around, basically parting out my own energy into individuals who, sure, was there healing for them? Yes. In fact, almost every single person I've done activation for has 3D superseded me, because I have literally transplanted some of my energy into them and they've just gone and shut up like a rocket. But they've hit plateaus each and every time and have absolutely no concept of what to do with it. They're literally parasites off my energy. They can feed off of what I've given them and then they need more.
Yeah. Which is funny enough, how we're coming back to the same topic now. It's like you can do the activation for somebody, or you can teach them how to do their own little like introspection and activations for them to be self-sufficient in. Yeah. Well, nobody needs to be perfect at it. Like, I'm pretty sure most people won't be, but we just need to get back to the point where we're as a human species not drowning in our own trauma, in our own like insecurities, in our own negative emotions, in our own maliciousness, in our shadow. We are at the point like, shit, we're starting wars left and right, and people are like, oh yeah, it's another war. Like, people don't even like bat an eye anymore, but it's like there's like humans dying out there, right? And like we ignore it because it's also in our shadow, you know what I mean? It's like
what also,
and that's just
also too, like, people have to want it.
But hang on, sorry, Anna. What's different, Jogo? What's different in the whole of human history in what you just said? I know
that's what I'm saying.
the shock value in what's going on with the Iranian and Israeli situation, what's different? This has been going on for the whole of human documented history. This is going on in the whole of nature.
Which is why it's a challenge we should overcome, I think.
Huh?
You know what I mean? Which is why it's a challenge we should overcome. I think
but
that's probably our biggest challenge as the human species, is to transcend our little wars and our bullshit.
But they're not.
You know, it's like
they're not. So,
yes. Well, the way I see it is, it's like that's where I'm saying don't attach yourself to the goal, but to the path. Like, I don't know, I'm somebody who fights shit. You know what I mean? It's like,
No.
so what I did is,
so you've just been given that second come on, we've met, you know me, right? Second mechanism to look at. First, why do I feel that I need to carry all of these other burdens? Right? What's my current symptomology? Where does it come from? Where have I been imprinted with this? Where does it run in my lineage? One, I'm a person who fights things. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean investigating these mechanisms makes them all disappear. Oh shit, I'm going to lose my activism. I'm going to lose this. I'm going to lose that. You're not losing anything. You're becoming aware of the story that's encoded within yourself. When you see more and more of the story, its perspective shift. How you fight changes. How you help changes.
Definitely. Which is why I'm very aware of this, I think. Well, obviously I'm aware as I am, right? Like, there's always 100,000 things I could do better. Well, whoop-de-fucking do. You know what I mean? It's like, I have so many problems, like, sure. But the way I see it is like, well, I've always been super apathetic about the world, because I was like, this is all fucked. I fucking hate it. This is retarded. This is bullshit. I hate it. It's fucked. Anybody who looks around in the world and is like somewhat conscious sees we're
Hey,
fucked.
Jogo, you know I love you, but can we not use the R word here?
Sorry. Yeah.
You're good. Okay. You know.
Oh, I'm
You know
going to
what I
struggle. I'm Australian. That word is like you know, I don't have a conscience, but you get the gist.
But that's the feeling I've had for all my life. And what that did to me is like, it induced this crazy apathy in me, because caring about the world was too painful to bear, because I didn't know how to solve it, and I attached myself to solutions, and of course it didn't work, because how do you fight something like that? And actually, like, I'm starting to quote unquote kind of pick that up a little. Like, you know, I'm not gonna do some crazy cool shit. Like, I'm just some dude, you know. But I see a problem, and I'm gonna just try to tackle it in the way that I can, by helping the people that I can help. And you know what I mean? It doesn't take you to, like, it doesn't need to be you to fix the world. But if you show somebody who fixed the world, chances are they might do it for you one day. If you show people how to fix themselves, and then they are like, oh, well, maybe this other person can fix the world, and then they do the same thing. But I think, like, our state of morality that we're in as humans is like, that one's like far off. You know what I mean? It's like, this person is somebody that I don't like. I have the right to kill them now. It's like, really? That is what you think as a human being? Crazy. You don't like them because they live 1,000 meters further away than you, and therefore you can, like, just kill them? I don't know. I think that's, like, pretty immoral to me. Like, you know what I mean? And I think every human being has this innate understanding of what is truly moral and what isn't. And that's where we need to, like, have more trust in and get back into. To teach people again, hey, like, we know what is moral and what isn't. Like, deep down we know it. I think even the most evil person knows what is moral and what isn't. Like, we just convince and wrestle ourselves into like these made up scenarios where we can excuse ourselves of our misbehavior, and then be like, even like doing these weird pride inversions where we're like, I'm doing this for my country, and then like it's fine to kill another human being. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, if you're doing it for your country, wow, okay. Yeah, your country, man. I don't know. I just see these as big problems, and I want to at least do my best to tackle them. And by tackling, I just do what I can. I'm gonna at least speak my mind about it. You know? It's like... But yeah, it's an impossible task, which is why it's so cool. You know? A task that is that impossible for the mere human being, or for like the little small idiot like me. That gives you almost hope, because like, what other vision or what other thing, what other goal could there be than like working for a better world? I think the vision of a better world is like the coolest thing I've ever discovered in my life, you know. And people are like gonna probably debate you on it, like, well, what does a better world mean? Blah blah blah, politics. Shut up. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just, everybody knows like what is wrong and what is right with the world intuitively. It's about meeting the world where it's at, and then making those small improvements that lead to a better world. Because like, a better world is also like me picking up trash.
That's the second time,
you know what I mean?
I've been able to sneak up on the
If everybody does what they are able to, but that needs the people being aware of the situation. And that's the big problem we're facing as humans right now.
There's no way you could pass for a man for long.
What
Wow.
do you mean?
I have been monologuing.
Men aren't
I'm
allowed
sorry.
in here.
No, you're good.
No, you're doing
I
great.
had no idea you were so feminine.
This is no time to try and hit on me, Snake. Besides, it's a waste of time.
But
When I
yeah,
joined up, they gave me
I don't know.
psychotherapy to
like
destroy my
picture
interest in men.
a world,
Smart mouth.
you know,
Meryl, all right. Are you hurt?
where all of
Not
this
yet.
fucked up shit
After all, I was disguised as a
is
genome
like
soldier.
not the
So
case.
life change, you'd be a lot
And then you
better
could
off
make the
dressing like one of
argument,
them.
I got
well,
tired
you
of
need bad
disguising
to exist
myself.
for good to be good. But that is not true. Like,
The
if
truth
you're
is,
aware of what
the
good and
uniform
bad is,
smelled
you
like
can
blood.
make good choices.
What's that mark?
You know what I mean?
Huh?
I have
And if
two
everybody's
people
aware,
It's a paint tattoo.
in my life that I consider to be
Not real.
teachers to
I'm a
me.
fan of Foxhound way back, when guys like
Both
you and my
channelers,
uncle were in it.
both mediums,
None of that
along with
gene
other
therapy like there is
special
today.
gifts that they have.
You guys were
One
real
says
heroes.
that, hey Roxy,
Heroes
namaste.
at war.
One says
All
that
heroes I know are either dead or in
we are
prison.
supposed to
One or
ascend.
the other.
We are supposed to
You're
go
a
into
hero,
5D and all this other stuff. And doesn't believe that this is disagrees with the things that happen in this world being cyclical, while the other says no, this is cyclical. Like, you see it over and over and over again.
Fight for the people.
Like, it's like, you know, we go to war, then there's a time of peace, and then there's conflict, and then there's war again, and then, you know, like, and, you know, between like the resets and all that shit and whatever. So I mean, at this point, I'm kind of like between the dagger and the wall, as we say in Spanish. You know, because it's just like, do I believe or not believe? Which one do I believe? You know, and I'm just kind of like, at this point, I'm just like taking it. I'm trying to see it for what it really is.
Can I show you how
Well,
both are true simultaneously, Anna?
Is that all?
sorry, what was that?
Shouldn't you just be happy we met up
Sorry, I
like
don't want to
this?
criticize your teachers, but
Mhm.
I can show you how both are true simultaneously, and
Anyway,
what would be
Yeah.
perceived
You
as
recognize me
criticism
in
is the issue
disguise.
is your teachers are unable to
Never
hold the
forget a
dichotomy
lady.
of the fact that
so there's something
they're
you
talking
like
about
me,
something
huh?
that's one and the same.
Yeah, you got a great
Okay.
butt.
Can you expand?
But oh,
So,
I see. First it's my eyes, now it's my butt. What's next?
Try and find the right analogy. I'm just
You never think about
processing a
what's
lot of
next.
energy at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Have you ever
Snake,
seen
how are the negotiations going?
TikToks or whatever have
No
you, where
progress.
they get a whole
So it's
class
all
of
up to you,
students and
huh?
they get them to do an experiment, like build a
Somebody's
bridge
gotta
out of
stop them from
spaghetti.
launching a nuclear missile.
There are two ways. Either we destroy Metal Gear or
We override the detonation code.
Sunnet, I'm sorry. My tablet just died. Can you please repeat?
Okay. Have you ever seen one of those
Cartridge.
TikToks where they've got a whole body of students where they're
Where are
getting
the
them to
others?
do
There
a
should be
building
3 keys.
experiment, like building a
is all
bridge
I've
out of
got.
spaghetti?
Where
Okay,
could
yeah.
the other 2 be?
I have no idea.
And so,
but they must
despite
be
being
somewhere.
engineering
If we can't
student,
find them, we'll have
as soon as
no
they try and
choice but
apply
to
weight,
destroy Metal Gear.
fail,
I heard
fail,
that Metal Gear is
fail,
in an
fail.
underground maintenance base
Okay.
to the north of here.
Mhm.
Take me too.
So,
know
in
this place
regards to
better
the
than you do.
cyclical
You'll just
aspect,
slow me down.
these
You
kids are
don't have
taught
enough
basic
battle
building
experience.
principles, and so then
I
they go
won't
to build
slow
a
you
bridge.
down. I promise.
And what they're building
What if you
has
do?
structural errors in it. So
Then
when
you
you
can
apply
shoot me.
weight, that's why it failed. The
I don't like
cyclical
wasting
nature
bullets.
is our evolutionary equation trying to evolve past the level of where we're at. And so the equation will run itself until it hits a certain point where it's not got enough alterations in the equation, and it ends up
Got it.
tapering off and
I'll be
repeating
careful.
around in the same behavior. So this is not as easy to explain as I was hoping, but
You know,
big concept,
I don't
but it's
use
actually
makeup the way
quite small.
other
When you
women
can
do.
see it, it's very, very easy to see.
I hardly ever look
It
at
takes a
myself
lot
in
of
the
work
mirror.
to get there.
I've always
So
despised that kind of woman.
all of our evolution,
I've
right,
always
we
dreamed
make
of becoming a
adaptations,
soldier,
whether it's a frog that adapts to its environment or
but I was
humans
wrong.
and this expansion that
It
we're
wasn't really my
experiencing.
dream.
This
Yeah.
ascension is a
Father.
one-way
He
direction.
was killed in action when I was younger.
It's actually a
You
singularity,
wanted to
but
follow in your father's
singularity is viewed from 3D as
really.
finite factors. They're
I
not
thought that if
aware
I
of the
became a soldier,
expanded
I could
singularity that
understand
we're
him better.
experiencing.
footsteps. And so,
It's the singularity of the field of consciousness.
I thought I was.
And so these
today.
experiences
Now I
of
understand.
minor bursts of
The truth is, I
evolution
was just afraid of
changes
looking at
the
myself. Afraid of having to make my own decisions in life.
emancipation of the equation.
But I'm not gonna lie to myself
And so those
anymore.
adjustments,
It's time to take a
recalibrations and
long,
adjustments
hard look at myself.
result in us every time we go
I
through
wanna
one of
know
these
who I am,
cycles,
what I'm capable
hitting
of. I wanna know why
a
I've
greater
lived the way
point of
I've lived until
expansion,
now.
but yep, still not there
I
yet,
wanna
still not
know.
there yet, still not strong enough to be able to
take a
hold the
good
weight.
look. You won't be seeing mirrors for a while. There won't be any
So-
chances to wash your face either.
The thing, as I said,
Yeah.
I'm trying not to be
This isn't a
controversial at the
training
moment because I'm doing my
exercise.
own
Our
energy work for
lives are
myself.
riding on this.
Okay.
There are no
But
heroes
you've
or
got two
heroines.
teachers,
You lose, you die
and
a
notice how
dog's
your
death.
two teachers are conflicting each other.
Yeah.
It's because they're both. The reason why you've got two teachers is
that
because you've
promise
got the
functional?
teaching split between two people.
Unfortunately, it's out of ammo.
It is
Neither
akin-
teacher is right. And sorry, Chris.
I found it in
I
the
would
armor.
say it's akin to the twin
It's a
snakes
50
of the
caliber Action
caduceus,
Express.
especially if they're opposite
There was a SOCOM
in
pistol
this
too,
regard.
but I chose
Because
this.
then, when you synthesize the two opinions, it
So
is
I got a
both
leftover,
at the
huh?
same time.
Well,
Isn't that
well,
good?
you know what it is with too. Like, I think a special detail
Now you treat me like a
is
woman?
that
Come on.
doesn't care about reality as much as
I've
they,
used a gun like this since I was 8 years old.
and the other
I'm more
one
comfortable
does.
with it than I am with a bra.
So while the one that
If we're gonna go
It's- I
north,
don't know, it's
we'll have to go
complicated.
through the commander's room on this
But-
Whatever,
The
whatever
Like,
it
they
is,
can-
Anna.
glaciers.
they care whoever they care about, but they don't care about the collective themselves because they're on
This card
My-
open it.
understanding is that he just believes that like everybody is just primitive, like humanity as in general is just primitive and not evolving enough for his liking. And you know, the other one might possibly agree with that, but still has hope and believes in humanity.
Now, may I give them advice on your situation?
That's strange.
Personally,
There's no guard.
when I've had several teachers, even in my past lives,
What happened to the
you're here for
music?
the
I'll
experience.
keep a lookout.
You're here
Make
to
sure
teach
you're
you
ready, okay?
things. They may contradict each other, but it doesn't mean that either one is wrong. They have experiences. Experiences are always going to be a learning point for every soul on spectrum. You are here to learn a lesson from each one of them, whether if either one of them has lessons that are not correct. And you will take from the lessons that you need going on from your life, no matter what be the situation. And you'll continue moving forward freely as a spirit as it should be, learning from the lessons that you took from being considered akin to them. And as you continue to move forward, you will teach lessons that not everybody will agree with. And that's fine. But even then, you still touch the hearts of those people later on as much as your teachers to you touch your heart in learning and the things that you need to learn. Whether if they're wrong or not, it is really up to you to decide what lessons you find valuable and that you use later on in life. Instead of deciding which ones are wrong and which ones are right. Having multiple teachers is not a problem at all. It's just how you view the situation. Even then, think of it as a way of a learning opportunity. You have many different ways of seeing a situation. And not only that, you can see it in different ways and helping you find an opportunity to find solutions for problems that you may have only previously, if you only believed one of them was right, may have been a different solution that you now have a different solution that better suits your situation. There's no problem between either one or the other. It's just more like what you get from it. What matters to you and what touches you when you learn from these teachers of yours. It doesn't really matter if one is wrong or right. Your spirit knows if they're wrong or right.
What? What is it?
And as you continue to go through life, the teachings that they teach you now will continue to
Why are you staring
help
at my...
you guide yourself through life as much as your soul can, as much as other beings would as well.
Come on, Snake.
I hope that helps in any way possible.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Roxy. Gratitude.
Also, I heard you say something interesting.
Mhm.
You said you don't know which one of the versions you should believe. So you're attaching yourself to the goal again.
Okay.
Ow.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
It hurts.
Like, you don't have to take any of these with you as a belief. You can just understand the teachings for what they
Don't
are.
come here, Snake.
And
Well, to be-
leave it at that.
Yeah, to be fair, I think I was. And now I'm just kind of making my own assessment based on
Yeah.
my own experience, yeah.
But you don't even need to. You know what I mean? You can literally stop here. You've understood it. Like, you
That's
saying
fair.
whether this is the right one, the other one is the wrong one, doesn't make a difference.
What happened?
You can just see this as
I'm
two different,
fine.
each other contradicting worldviews that are out there, but part of the great big picture of all the worldviews that exist on this planet.
Yeah.
So, like, you can also hold them in superposition and be like, I don't know. I haven't been
Okay.
dead, and I haven't
Let's
been
go.
reborn, so I don't know. that's the one I'd take, because I don't know. You know what I mean? How do I know? I don't know. Like,
Thank you for your
That's what I'm
perspective,
saying.
on that, Jojo, and as well as everyone else's. It was very lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, near-death experiences for the win.
I've seen a super interesting video on that. Like, which would almost make it scientifically more likely that there is an afterlife than unlikely, which is crazy for my like subconscious previous atheistic ass to hear, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's like these near-death experiences hold a certain type of consistency that is kind of hard to ignore.
I almost died twice when I was a kid, and I feel like I almost died recently when I was out in the forest. That was fun.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's a good time.
Do you like me?
If you ever do have more problems in the future, Anna, you are welcome to come. You're welcome to come to me if you'd ever need to speak about it.
Snake.
I'll help. I'll help you any way that I can.
I appreciate that.
Please.
I just got done watching the new Avatar movie, and I found it on Twitter, and I went and I watched it. And I know it was up there for free, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna have money later on to pay to watch.
Hell yeah, I know that's right.
So I went and I watched it. Very beautiful movie, very touching, very wonderful life lessons.
Yeah.
A very eye opener. For
the second one.
No, yeah, the new one that just came, that was not supposed to come out, that was leaked.
So
yeah,
really, what do you mean? You mean the Avatar Way of the Water? That one?
No, the Avatar Aang movie. It was leaked on Twitter by somebody, I guess, who got fired, who was working on the movie, and they decided to leak it.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Wonderful movie. Wonderful thought and perspective.
It was amazing.
It really was a good movie.
I'm not even a super into Avatar thing. Like, it's cool, but man, that movie was good.
I think Avatar definitely has lessons within it that are definitely touching to the soul, personally.
I've heard, yeah. Maybe I'll stream that tomorrow night.
I have the server that has it that you can watch it for free. They have the link up on there for anyone to watch it.
Let me see if it's on Hydra, because usually, like, I find almost everything on Hydra. Zach made me watch The Wild Robot.
Hypothetically, and are we still recording?
Oh shit. Yeah, Chris, you should probably stop recording. For those that don't know, Chris, I was gonna tell you earlier, but like it slipped my mind again. But yeah, like, cause some people that were in here I don't think they like being recorded. So yeah, we should probably make a due diligence that whenever podcast is being recorded, just post it on the status on the VC and stuff. You know, podcast in session.
Yeah, I usually do.
Yeah, no.
Should be like
No, you're good.
that says podcast recording, so that when they decide to do that,
yeah,
people know before to.
You have not saved very often.
Let me see.
So are we like watching like him play video games and then like talking spiritually as he's doing the podcast?
Yes.
Would we like the link?
You still don't believe.
Okay, yeah, they're here.
I will show you.
They're on Hydra.
I have an interesting thought that I want to get out there. And it goes as follows. What can we abstract out of the movies that are currently being pushed? If you look at like these superhero movies, right? Where you have like these stronger or better than human people that save our world's problems. Isn't that just like coming from the aggregate subconscious assumption that the small man can't invoke change in the world? So that's why I'm saying, like, once you see that, like, this is a
What do you think now? Can you mission is over.
Yeah.
Hello, Chris.
Welcome back.
What we, I just got to the boss fight. I just wanted to at least get that video before I stop.
Oh, okay.
Could we throw up red circle rec
Yeah.
for YouTube?
Could somebody do it? Because I'm not on a computer, so I can't do it from a phone, I think.
I wouldn't know how if I had the perms.
No, anybody could do it. Anybody in the VC can do it.
Oh, I don't know.
In the server.
Hey guys.
Okay.
Hey, Ghost,
Hello.
we're recording a podcast right now. But yeah,
Oh, what's the
Feel free.
go on, Jogo. What were you saying?
Confluence.
Yep. Well, the topic, like the beginning, the original thought was, how do we tackle humanity's great problems with, like, us as a civilization? Oh, she's gone. Anyways, us as a civilization not seeing the problems that are very much running like towards us. Stuff like we're basically sitting in a car that's driving 200 miles per hour and we are going down a cliff, and people are like covering their eyes and be like, well, if I cover my eyes, reality doesn't exist. So that's like one of the problems we see, no?
Good time. Good,
Well,
good
yeah.
thing I jump on the wheel.
So, personally, in my opinion, especially if you take from, I guess, the answers within other worlds, if you ever watch other TV shows, they have the same problem, you know? Things are constantly coming forth and causing a problem. And all the time, something I like to say to people when situations like tend to happen, and I say it to my mom and I say it to my other family members when situations tend to arise in front of us, like, you know, a little pop out from the side, you know, that hits us in the face that we don't really realize where it came from, but it's there now, is that if you've ever watched the movie Princess Mononoke, there is a prince named, his name is Prince Ashitaka, and in the movie, he ends up attacking another god who has fallen to his more demon inner feelings. And as he is talking to the other people in the village, and they had said that he should have never done that, it was terrible of him to do, they sit him down and they say this to him, and they said, I hope you know that this means that you're now cursed for all time, and you know all this bad stuff is going to happen to you now. Now,
He got hurt by the boar for trying to actually finish the boar off, which he did, and saved them.
he was trying to protect his sisters, who were going to be attacked by the boar, and so he decided to try to stop them by taking out the boar. And he says in the movie that he knew the moment his arrow flew that he was going to be punished, and he prepared for the consequences of what was going to happen. Now, in this movie, the old lady says that he has two options. He can allow this to consume him and destroy him, or he can rise to the occasion and handle it that way, which is how I see life. You have two options in life. You can allow it to consume you, the problems that you have, until it's completely devastated you, or you can choose to rise up and beat the situation and handle it on your own. Sorry, I'm like shaking a little bit because this is not a conversation I normally have. But
I'm sorry. Yeah. But I mean, you're doing great though. Yeah. Me too.
But with this site being said, even involving with war in situations that could have ended absolutely devastated, badly, you can do one of two things. You can let it consume you, and it destroys everything around you, and yourself included. Or you can rise up to the occasion and figure out how to handle the situation, knowing that in the end, the same outcome happens. But what if you let it destroy everything around you? It's really up to you. And it goes with everything, with war, with your own life situations, with, your own problems in life, if you have depression or anything like that. You have two choices. You can let it consume you, or you can rise to the occasion. To rise to meet your fate. And the same thing goes with any situations, like if you have a prophecy, and it's gonna be bad. Like I said, it's really up to what I've been saying previously.
Yeah. Do you agree?
Well, to specify what
How
happened
do you
in
teach?
Princess Mononoke, if you do watch the movie, it is a very, very good lesson on life. And it literally teaches a very wonderful life lesson, I'm not gonna lie. If you do end up watching it, it's a very wonderful movie.
But the question I'm asking myself is, well, how do we teach somebody the tools and skills needed to rise to the occasion?
And
And
that is a good question.
and the occasion, the occasion is in this case actually how, well, as in like, that's not even that's like, I know that this is like very, very far out there, and it's like, that's not the goal of shooting for. It is nowhere near, right? I'm just trying to find a way to get people self-sufficient again and able to have like their own actions under control. And like somewhat free of a human thought. Like very, very basic, how to fix a car that is like falling, like get one tire on the car that has like 3 tires, It's like, because people are so dysfunctional that like rising to the occasion is already out of the question for most people. And the occasion is not even it's not even a problem. Like, people can't handle anything. Like,
Well, what makes you say that it's already out of the question? Maybe they don't realize. Like, when people say that it's out of the question, you mean, like, for example, with depression, people say that it's out of the question. To be fair with you, that is what you're saying, right? So, the real question is, do you let it consume you and, do something awful to yourself that probably would end your life? Or would you continue finding ways to try to help yourself, trying to figure out how to do it and rise to the occasion of the situation that you're already in? It's not that people don't know. It's about people learning through the experience of the problem that they have. You know what I'm saying? It's not that they already don't know.
Don't we like, well, they don't know how to get rid of it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's out of the question for them. They are facing a problem that is so grand and huge that they are powerless in the face of it.
Yes, they are powerless. That's why they have the choice of letting it consume them, or they rise to the occasion. It doesn't change the outcome, like I said. They know in the end it's going to be the same situation. Now, how they decide to handle it is all up to them. And even in the end, they may not know what they're doing. I know most people don't. And I tell my mom this every day. You have 2 choices in life. Like I said, you let it... Like, for example, you have the choice either to let your depression consume you and you do something awful to yourself, and it possibly ends your life. Or you continue moving on every single day, you continue fighting and doing everything you can And when the time comes where you're at that point where you feel, oh my gosh, this is going to be a problem for me, you find another way to overcome the situation because you've been learning to handle it piece by piece as it's come to you. You've been learning through the experience of having this situation. And even though, like, oh, you could have chosen to do nothing about it and let it absolutely destroy you, or you chose to go get help. You chose to go get medicine. You chose to try to go find ways to handle your problems. You found ways to try to make yourself happy. You fought and found other ways. And even then, when it becomes so unbearable, you have other things that you've learned from previous times that when the occasion comes, you have a bit of an idea to how to handle it. And that's what it is in the end. You still live with it even afterwards. Right? So who's to say that you get rid of it, that you're not, that, you know, you're gonna end up with it either way. It's just how you choose to handle it, and sometimes it's kind of the beauty of life. It's how you view the situation. Is it an opportunity? Or is it something that's gonna devastate you? And you will fall so far, like, you'll be so consumed by this problem that it will destroy you. It's how you view the situation. It's an opportunity. And you know if they allowed it, you know if it consumed them, because they aren't alive anymore. That's how you know. That's how you know it consumed them.
But I'm not talking about just depression, you know what I mean? I'm talking about the general powerlessness in the face of problem solving.
Of problem solving? Of what? What problem solving of what? Of just general situations?
Yeah, everything.
You do realize it's all around you, right? Every single day. Every single person. You do realize, I guess you haven't noticed it, but you do realize that every person around you does it every day.
Problem solve?
Yes. Oh, I'm out of money for milk, what am I gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna go and, you know, sell these things online, I'll have money for milk. I need to pay my rent, but I don't know how. I'm gonna go learn how to do a thing with a computer so that I know how. Every single day, people problem solve.
Yeah,
without
but like their
it.
problem solving sucks. You know what I mean? It's like.
I mean, if their problem solving sucks, we wouldn't be in the type of modern era that we would be in. We would still probably be a couple eras behind, wouldn't you think?
I disagree. I think we are very behind on everything that we kind of should be.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, how long do you think we've been on this earth? Not too long, right? Like, humanity, as with their intelligence, hasn't been on Earth for like super long compared to, like, I don't know, prehistoric animals would have been, like their bones and everything, correct?
But is that an excuse?
It's not an excuse, it's the truth. We, with our intelligence, haven't been around as long as the dinosaurs, like, their bones and things that have already been here before us.
Sure, but yeah, like, what's the plans for the future then?
Now, that is a question, personally, for every person who has that opportunity to think that out. What do they think is going to be the future? What is their future in their mind? And the real question is, are you going to do something about it? Or are you just going to do nothing about it? Are you going to try to have it happen? And despite everything that's going to happen, you're going to be going 1,000 miles an hour trying to solve this problem. And there's no stopping it. Are you just going to let it consume you and allow everything to self-destruct? Or are you just going to allow it as you continue to go on as a journey, kind of like, you know, the Lord of the Rings? They knew that they could have died. They knew that all of this really bad things could have happened. But they still chose to go on this journey to destroy it.
Yeah.
right? They still
So how
chose.
do you get people? How do
And
you
in
get
the end,
people to rise to the occasion?
yeah, and they rose to the occasion knowing there's going to be a ton of awful things, though they never would have been able to prepare for it. Isn't that correct? They've lived in their entire
How do you
life in a
get them to do
village.
it? What made them do it?
Hope, and faith. That's what it was. That helped.
Faith and awareness of the situation.
Well, hope
Then self
yeah,
ownership.
that something would happen, that they could possibly change their awful outcome for the better. Though the outcome was going to happen, they could have changed it for the better. And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah. Which is kind of the perfect, like, full circle for the podcast.
Hopefully. I hope that was the correct answer for everybody.
Boom.
So yeah, like, this is just a brief introduction of the shit that I've been thinking about recently. I'll try to get actually something together that, like, puts this stuff into some form of, like, actionable execution, you know what I mean? Where you're like, where these problems we're facing right now can be addressed by somebody who's studying himself into this topic.
I like where you're going with this, Jogo. I really like this. And I think this is not. I think a topic like this is not a one conversation deal. Do you get what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, this is a topic for multiple various conversations in order to be able to come up with strategic plans, to be able to kind of like really dissect this, really break this down, to be able to get to the core, like the pivotal points, to be able to execute successfully and be able to make positive impacts in people's lives, where they are wanting to change for the better themselves individually, you know, and wanting to grow, because we should want others to, like, we want to evolve, right? The goal, like what I mentioned when you first joined, you know, evolution, you know, we should want to evolve, to keep growing, right? That we should also, I don't know, like, you know, like, maybe it's also one of those things where it's like, you know, like, the change starts within you. The change starts within all of us, right? So, and you know how they say, like, you know, you change yourself, you change the world around you, right? So maybe that's part of it. And maybe that's one of the things that we can also further explore.
Exactly. And a lot of the times when people choose to change themselves, they are in dire situations. Like, they have just become homeless. They just found out they had cancer. They just found out that they had lost a family member that was very, very close to them. And now they don't know what they're going to do. And sometimes change drops in front of us. Yes, that is very key. Now, change drops in front of us just like, you know, oh, here's a lost kitten. Good luck. And they kind of just, like, you know, push you on your way, and you just kind of have to figure it out from there. Well, what am I going to do? Like I said, sometimes you can go down to every variable. I'm not gonna lie, that is something you definitely could do, and you could be having conversations all day about it. In the end, it's more like, is it necessary? And if it is necessary, why is it necessary? And if for these specific situations, do you think that explaining every variable would be the way to handle the situation, and is it the best way to handle the situation? Or would it make it worse? Is sort of how sometimes you have to think about it, especially in war, especially in problems that could devastate so many people and change many lives forever. That's why when you have these conversations, yes, some variables are very important, but something that someone once told me long ago was that the variables are important, yes. But the outcome in the end, do you want change? Or do you want to see the devastation that's left afterwards? Because either way, devastation it's still there. But if you want the change that comes afterwards, are you going to progress forward despite what has been given to you? And continue to, keep moving forward despite everything that could be happening to you? Or are you just going to let it, consume you and die? It's kind of like, I have, like for example, I have narcolepsy. Every single day I continue to fight with my problem. I don't let it consume me. I realize that I have a problem. There's nothing I can do about it. However, I continue fighting every single day. I continue to do things that other, people don't normally do when they have this problem. And because of that, I won't be allowed to do a lot of things in life. But that's not really stopping me. I also continue to further my education involving many other things, despite the fact I know that I have a mental problem that I can't do anything about. I'll never be able to work a real job. I'm still finding ways to work around it. Sure, that's going to be the outcome for a lot of situations. But I'm not letting it consume me. I'm letting myself figure out problems to fix the situation at hand, as well as learning from other people's experiences, teaching and helping people along the way. When you learn to overcome your own situations, you do change the world around you. That is correct. From what Anna had said. Sorry, I am in a totally different mindset and mode right now than I normally am.
No need to be sorry, girl. Yeah, no, I'm here for it.
I just
guys,
know.
I gotta go. I'm gonna it's 3 in the morning. I need to go to training tomorrow, and I'm getting a call.
All right, Jogo.
It was a good conversation.
Yes, it was a great conversation. Gratitude for stopping by, and good luck with training tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Namaste. Guys, so sorry, what were we gonna say? Roxy?
I was gonna say, so how was everyone's day today? Was it good?
I think it was good. I think it was good. I woke up kind of late because I went to sleep late.
Is there any other topics that
Let's start one. This has actually been the most profound conversation in the last maybe 2 or 3 days, so.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was appreciated.
I think you guys must have some amazing people in here before me anyway. I'm sure they must have brought amazing knowledge to the table.
I think there still are some amazing people in here. The thing is that I think a lot of those people are also taking breaks from the internet, or more specifically Discord right now.
Touching base and grounding themselves is definitely one way of helping, mentally help yourself move forward. Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Understandable.
I hope I hope everybody finds themselves and then finds their way back.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. How was your day, Roxy?
My day was just fine. I got to watch a movie today. I got to learn. I got to learn a very profound secret that literally. I was watching this movie and it kind of answered a problem within myself that really solved a lot of problems that I was having internally.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very wonderful.
Yeah.
And I thought, basically, I was watching the new movie that had the new Avatar movie, I guess. It was posted online. I did not download it or share it, so Nickelodeon, please don't sue me. But, with this being shared and everything, I was watching it, and in the movie, I mean, not right now, can you go somewhere else? So, I was watching the movie, and Avatar Aang is having some internal problems going on when he meets the villain of the movie or whatever, and apparently they have similar issues, and or whatever, right? And something that I'm not gonna spoil, but Avatar Aang basically talks about something about how we can either let these problems consume us, and we just need to, instead of like, you know, embracing the feelings that we have inside and letting us use that to like consume us to try to make change.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to let it go.
Yep, absolutely.
And sometimes their version of the solution is not the version of solution that is the one that should be there, the one that's more progressive. Which I find very wonderful to think about, because me having my own internal issues, me learning about my past lives and all of these things that are going on, and me having all these angers. And I thought about it. I was thinking about it before I came into this VC, and I was going to talk about it with y'all, but let's give the light version of it, of my profound thought. Despite everything I've gone through, we're all gonna have regret, no matter what happens. And in the end, how we decide to handle that, whether if we make it worse or better for ourselves, is really up to us. With every action, there's consequences.
Yeah.
Good or bad. And with this thought and feeling, I could allow the anger within me that people have done awful things to me, like my nemesis, you know, the malevolent spirits that want to harm me and all of that. Or I can just let it go. Sure, I may have questions. Sure, I'm gonna have, you know, a bit of a wearying moment around them. I'm not gonna lie. But in the end, who am I to sit here and allow this to destroy me when I could just let it go and move on, find a new thing to focus on than, you know, worrying about them, worrying about what could possibly they could be doing. I could handle each situation as it's handed to me and continue to move forward, despite the fact they have ill intent towards myself. And I think that in the end, with the situation, no matter who it be, letting it go would be the situation. I'm not going to give in to their opinion. But I definitely won't be letting go of the situation and move forward. Because I feel like within myself and within others, there are so many more wonderful things in the world to be worried about and to be learning about than to be worried about something that could possibly happen. I've always pulled through. I'm sure I'll be just fine. No matter what.
You will. You will. We all will. I believe in us, guys. We can do this. We got this.
And I just need to stop letting the fears that I have within me that have grown with me stop controlling my decisions. And I need to start ignoring them and putting myself out there a lot more. That's what I learned. And I think I just need to think more about things around me that are still here before they're gone.
Yeah.
The people around me are wonderful, and they're going to be here to teach us no matter what. And even after they are gone and they have passed, they are still teaching us.
1000%.
Something that my old religion used to say. Especially with Jesus involved and everything. Though I used to never really, take anything too seriously.
Yeah.
Even to this day, even for them, Jesus to this day, despite the fact being gone, being dead at this point in time, according to some people, but others, he's, I guess he's risen. He had moved on to heaven on his own, I guess. However he did. I guess he was stolen by angels, I guess. But despite that, though he's not here with us now, he's still teaching these people every single day. The things that he did in those stories, whether they be good or bad, the lessons within them are still being taught. And I guess that goes to show that people are here to teach us within our experiences so that we continue to learn for ourselves and we continue to move on. And something that a teacher of mine in my past life once taught me was that our spirit is here to learn. It is here to guide us, and it is here to teach us the lessons that we have not yet learned. We may be going through experiences that none of our other selves have ever experienced before, and sometimes we're going through these experiences to get us exactly where we need to be, good or bad. With the occasion on the rise, the real question is how we choose to handle it and how we choose to continue on moving forward. And afterwards, it will make us a better person. And no, it is a very profound I guess it's profound of me to say, but in general, not everyone will rise to the occasion. And that's alright, because we'll have other lives to do this. But we still learn and gain something while still being in this life.
Genuinely though, Roxy, your girl's tired.
You're good, girl. It's okay. I can put pause on this conversation and we can
No, that's not what I mean. No, not at all. I'm saying, like, I am tired. Like, I am drained. I am doing everything I can in this incarnation, and I'm out of here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to come back. I'm all set.
I don't think anybody really does.
Good luck for everyone else.
Something someone told me was that when you enter a planet, whether you're there in the beginning or there later on, you're there until the end of the planet. Until the end. You're either watching in the spirit life and you chose not to continue to reincarnate for the time being and letting yourself sit and soak within the experiences that you have, learning and moving forward, or you continue to reincarnate for the experience, for more you continue. Oh, you see something you like? I want to experience that. Let me reincarnate, and that's literally how it works.
I've heard something similar, but my understanding is that we can leave whenever we want.
We can. It's
like
just
there's many other right. Like, yeah, there's many other realities where we can go to and stuff. But one of the things that you could do if you don't want to go to other realities, if you want to choose to be an ancestor for somebody, you could do that. You could be like an ancestor. I mean, you could be an ancestor or you could be a guide if you want. For someone in your lineage.
A very welcoming experience for many of those who need help, and it definitely teaches people how to guide better. Like guide those to their limits. Most definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, like how do I explain? Yeah, okay, so my understanding was like the usually, like, when people pass, it's like, if they do decide to watch over people, the first thing that they'll do, excuse me, sorry, the first thing that they'll do is choose to be an ancestor because that's the easier role, and then they can move on to be a guide.
Well, if you think of it like this, they're always going to be an ancestor, no matter what, because they're your ancestors.
Yeah.
Whether they choose to be that or not, they're gonna be that. Hilariously enough, the other thing is whether they choose to guide you is really, it is up to them. But they do watch over you. They're never not trying to help you. And even my father has said several times that our family members are always watching over us, constantly guiding us. And I don't think that it's more like you just choose to be a guide. I think they feel that they have something that they want to say, that they feel that they could help us with, that if they were here, they would say it to us in person, or, call us if they could. And with that being said, personally, I don't think it's really a choice. I think they, you choose one or the other, I think it's, you get it no matter what. And you get the choice of when you decide to use that power of yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, my Aunt Vicky had passed away a long while ago. She was the nicest person in our family. For days, weeks on end, my grandma would have dreams of her sitting with her and talking. And they would talk about things, and, my grandma was really worried. She warned a bunch of things. Mind you, my grandma is Mormon. She does not believe in all of this other spiritual stuff. She believes in different spiritual stuff. Very different line of what, And they believe that the reason why they don't know things versus things that they should know. And I personally believe that not knowing something is considered ignorance. Personally, that's personally me. You, choosing to say, to tell somebody you don't need to know that yet, I feel like is ignorance. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day. And I think it's unfair. I feel like everybody should be aware of what happens spiritually here before they go over there. Because it's not just, I don't think it should be willful ignorance that stops us. I think it should be our own choice if we choose to go over there and do the things that we need to do. We'll still have it. We'll still have these things. We'll just, you have to decide how to use them, Like, if I saw one of my kids struggling, I had to, I'll always be watching over them. Because I love them and I care about them. The same with any of your family members that watch over you, including my Aunt Vicky. My Aunt Vicky watched over for my grandma for weeks after she had passed. As well as my Uncle Mike, her husband. I do not doubt at all that that your family chooses, not chooses to guide people. They choose. I feel like they do choose. I feel like everybody does, in fact, get all of it, and they choose when to use it. Personally. Because there's no way that, because my Aunt Vicky doesn't know how any of that works. I know that my other family members didn't. My grandma Hall barely knew how to use a phone, let alone explain spiritual stuff to her.
Yeah.
To be fair, I feel like they're always watching over you. All of your... Even the weird ones, okay? Even the weird ones. Like my dad used to say, even the... And don't ever... even if your family was really nasty to you, or whatever, you can choose to still love them at an arm's distance. Unless they're very devastatingly awful for you, you probably should stay further away than an arm's distance.
Yeah, absolutely. I resonate with that,
Forgive them. Move on. The more you sit there and dwell on it and allow it to sit there within you, the more it consumes you and destroys you. And that is something that definitely the Christian faith has down pat. And they understand more. I know most people don't always talk about this, But even if, like, you can see it in any movie or anything, hatred does consume you. It destroys you. Obsession and worry and the things, like, for example, if you've ever seen Star Wars, I think everyone in here has seen Star Wars.
I started watching Clone Wars recently. How do they go on?
The prequel movies, okay, with Anakin, and how he knew that his mother was going to die. He chose to do nothing about it, but the worry still sat there and was sitting in front of him. When it finally happened, he allowed that to consume him and destroy him. And as he continued to allow it to destroy him, he got those same worries for someone else he very much loved, as much as the previous person from before. And as it continued to consume him, it destroyed him. He was no longer the person he was before. He was a totally different person. So much so that the person that he was now is completely unrecognizable. Like, if you were to sit there and have the person from the beginning of the second movie versus the end of the third movie, and you had them stand side by side, yeah, you may be able to recognize them by looks, but if you were to have like two different people interact with them and say, hey, what was this person like? They would give you completely different descriptions of the person, like personality-wise. And not only did it consume him and destroy him, it destroyed everything he loved. It destroyed everything around him. And he not only caused damage around, it not only destroyed everything around him, he destroyed a lot of stuff around him. He destroyed the things that he loved as well. Even the thing that he was trying to protect and loved the most, that sat there and consumed him and worried him and within him, you know, sat inside him and just festered. He thought he was saving her. He thought that he was doing this, this, and this. He thought if he did everything necessary within the anger within him to be able to save her, it would save her. And it didn't. And instead, him worrying about the situation, which is a very wonderful conversation to have eventually, him worrying about the situation caused the exact outcome that he was worried. And this is another segue to another separate, profound conversation that I've had with people. Many people have come up to me and had their prophecies read. Many, many times. Even in my past lives. And every person has asked, well, what do I do? Since something bad's going to happen, what's going to happen? And, like, for example, their family would have all died. Or they met a tragic end. And I sit there and I say the same thing every time. The more you let the worry consume you, that exact outcome comes out. If you've ever seen Back to the Future, which is a wonderful teaching of this conversation. He was worried about something in the past. He was worried about something in the past. He continued to worry about it, as well as everything involved. He was worried that this certain outcome would come out. And that is exactly what happened. That outcome. And every time that they sat there and worried about it, the same exact outcome came out. And something I've learned is that when you have your prophecy read and you hear that something bad's going to happen, don't worry about it. Don't. Because that's why it happens, is because you worry about it. You're worried that something bad's going to happen, you want to avoid it, don't worry about it. Because the more you let it consume you, the more it destroys you. And more that outcome that you're worried about happens. And that's like same with all prophecies. And it's actually very interesting, because the only reason why they ended up having this prophecy in the first place is because they heard about the bad outcome to begin with. It's a very telling teaching too. It's very unfortunate how many times there was a being I was speaking with once that I had I'm not gonna name who they were. They had told me that their family ended up dying due to a tragic situation, and they wanted to stop it. And I said, well, where did you get your prophecy read from? They said, oh, this person. And I said, well, yeah, I could see that being the end for your situation, yeah, but why exactly did it happen? And he goes, well, he sat there and said, well, I didn't know what was going to happen, and then when I had my prophecy read, now I'm all worried and I don't know what to do. And I said, you want to stop it from happening? He goes, yes, absolutely, that's exactly what I want to do. And I sat there and I told him the truth. Don't worry about it. Yeah, just think it doesn't happen. Don't worry about it, and everything will go exactly as you want it to go. And he sat there and said, are you serious? And he goes, I don't believe you. There has to be something I can do that changes the events. And I'm sorry to say, for a lot of people, when it comes to these prophecies, and you sit there and you're like, you hear these bad things that are going to happen to you, it's because you worry about them. That's why it happens. And I give the same advice to every person who has something really bad happen to them. Don't worry about it. And then the exact outcome that you want to happen will happen. That is how I've not allowed fate with these prophecies to destroy me. And it's a very powerful skill that every person should have.
Colonel,
by the way, it's a very powerful bit of advice.
Thanks, Snakes.
Yeah.
If you ever get your prophecy read by any person and they tell you, oh, this is gonna happen,
Yes.
the only reason it happens is because you worry about it.
I got a prophecy reading one time. I didn't like it. It didn't resonate. I'm all set. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here.
Die right in front of me.
Oh, really?
Girl, just take my advice.
Anybody's death bother you so much?
I'm guessing you were worrying about it up until that point, right? You
No,
were worrying.
no. Actually, no. It was such a. I just kept saying I don't want to be here.
She's right.
Personally, I had an outcome that told me that my sister ended up trying to sabotage my entire life, and it was because I was constantly on edge about it. And finally, I sat there and I was like looking at some stuff, and I was watching some people. I was watching some clips on TikTok, and the scene from Back to the Future came up, and he said something very interesting that kind of like clicked with me. That was like, oh my god, it's because I'm worrying about it. That's why it's happening.
He makes his own.
And it changed my entire outcome of what could have happened. Very wonderful teaching lesson for sure.
Check out my stream real quick.
Yes, I will check out your stream.
It has to do somewhat close to this. Psycho Mantis, the guy who is dodging a million shots and then you get hit by every 5th or 6th shot. And so,
Chris, you're not streaming right now.
what?
You're not streaming.
Why are you telling me this?
I can read people's minds.
Yeah.
My lifetime.
Are you still streaming? Like, are you still recording?
Yeah.
Still
Sorry.
podcasting?
So
Okay.
he says I'm battling psychosis. Psycho Mantis, while talking about how to beat prophecies we don't like, I guess.
Yep.
Is there a question that he specifically has that he wants,
And each mind that I peered into was
Wait, who are you asking?
with the same
Chris
single
Martin.
object of
That's me.
obsession. That
What was the
Okay.
question?
and that
Nope.
holistic desire to pass on one seed
Pay attention to this guy, he's a
was
psyop.
enough to make me sick.
So,
Every living thing on this planet exists to mindlessly
so
pass on their
you're battling
DNA.
something and you're dealing. What is specifically your question?
And that is why there is war.
I'm just saying this goes
Oh.
along with the subject matter. Pay attention. Sorry.
You're the same as us. We have no past. No
Sorry, I'm
future.
like,
We live in the moment. That's our only
No, you're good.
purpose.
Just time, relax time, don't worry.
Humans weren't designed to
Sorry.
bring each other.
personally, I hate my voice, so every time I hear it, it's like nails on the chalkboard.
We're fated to bring each other.
But yeah,
nothing but pain and
if you ever have any questions, like,
the
I guess
person whose
let me
mind
know.
I dove into
I'll be around.
was my father's.
I highly appreciate all
saw
of your
nothing
knowledge and
but disgust and hatred for me.
Yes.
In his heart.
Absolutely.
My mother died
I
in
really appreciate
childbirth,
you being of service.
and he despised me
Of
for
course.
it.
Now I'm gonna go bother
I
Zach.
thought my
I
I
will.
also offer the
was
same
going to
check
kill
your
me.
profile as well. Sorry about that.
That's
Check
when
your
my
profile.
future disappeared. I lost my past as well.
Here, I'll
When I
add
came
you.
to, the village was engulfed in flames.
Alright, I'm gonna see y'all
Are you
later.
saying that
Bye,
you burned your village
everybody.
down
Love
to bury
y'all.
your past?
Alright, bye Roxy. Namaste. See you later.
You have suffered the same trauma. We are truly the same, you and I. The world is a more interesting place with people like you in it. I never agreed with the boss's revolution. His dreams of world conquest do not interest me. I just wanted an excuse to kill as many people as I could.
You monster.
Let him talk. He doesn't have much time left.
I've seen true evil, Snake. Seeing you calms my soul. You're like the boss. No, worse. Compared to you, I'm like a saint. I read her mind as well.
Meryl's?
I saw you there. You have a large place in her heart.
A large place.
And getting bigger. But I do not know if your futures lie together. I have a last request.
What is it?
My mask. Put it back on.
Okay.
Like this. Other people's thoughts force their way into my mind. Before I die, I want to be by myself. I want to be left alone in my own world. I'll open the door for you. If you want to find your future, go through that door. This is the first time I've ever used my power to help someone. Strange. Such a nostalgic feeling.
Feels kinda nice, was the original.
Let's go, Meryl.
I'm sorry.
Meryl.
How could I let Mantis control my mind like that?
Here goes.
If
Hey,
you're
what
going
y'all?
to doubt yourself,
Y'all still
I'll leave you
podcasting
here.
me?
Vaguely, yeah.
You're right.
I don't think so. I think
Don't
maybe
break
Chris,
the
you should turn it
past.
off
Learn from
before it turns into like a 5-hour thing for no reason. But I mean, that's just.
I've just
that's
met the
just-
boss, and then
I'm
this
sorry.
is gonna be the end of the thing.
I
was gonna
won't do
say.
it again.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Snake,
and then turn
Can I
it
ask
into
you
the next
something?
episode where it's just gameplay, and it's not this.
More complaints.
about what Mantis said.
'Cause do
I was
wanna
just
beat this
wondering.
game.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you've played it
What?
before. Okay.
What's the problem?
Yeah, I have. I just haven't beaten it again recently.
Oh,
I've already
no.
beaten this one too.
Nothing.
It's just not in this way.
So tell me, Snake, what's your name? Your real name?
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, No one has a name.
How old are you?
Old enough to know what death looks like.
Any family?
No, but I was raised by many people.
Is there anyone you like?
I've never been interested in anyone else's life.
So you are all alone, just like Mantis said.
Other people just complicate my life. I don't like to get involved.
You're a sad, lonely man.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
Hey Anna, have you watched
Gotta
Beauty
get
in Black?
The less you maneuver a remote-controlled missile, the faster it will fly. Remember this if you want to fire the missile over a greater distance.
Could there be wolves in here?
Wolf dogs. Half wolf, half husky.
How do you know so much?
I ride dog sleds. I'm a musher.
Hey, Ghost, I think I heard you ask something. What did you say?
I say, have you ever watched Beauty in Black?
Beauty in Black?
Snake.
Uh-huh.
I don't
It's
think
on
so.
Netflix.
No, I don't. No, I don't think I've seen it.
Mei Ling, how did you get into this line of work?
The truth is, I always wanted to become a fighter pilot. I fell in love with jets watching them in the movies.
You'd be surprised how many people say the same thing.
But I didn't want to kill people. That's when I heard that the US Air Force needed people to do BDAs, battle damage assessments.
Those are the guys whose job it is to confirm how successful a bombing run was.
Yeah, so I started to do research into aerial photography and air intelligence. I made it my major.
But there are no pilots who only do BDAs.
That's right. By the time I learned that, I was already an expert in my field.
Oh wow, that's another example, but kind of inverted.
What the fuck was that?
People outside screaming.
Oh.
Children.
Oh, they're playing Manhunt.
No, they're just screaming at each other. Alrighty. Well, I guess that was that for Confluence today.
Yeah, I'm working on a birthday card right now, in another server.
Nice.
Question. What's the difference between us? Hey Chris, I got a question for you since you know everything. What's the difference? What's the difference between a twin and a fool?
Twin and fool.
And a fool, F-U-L-L, fool.
And a full. What's
Full.
a full?
Fool.
Oh,
Can-
mattress. You talking about mattresses?
And
Um, It's usually like a foot. About a foot. Which one? Oh. Hi, Nova. Namaste.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing real quick, I guess. And then I'll end the thing. Because that's what you do at the end of a show. You sing.
Sorry if I sound frustrated. Just like the app thing isn't letting me make edits or changes.
Okay. Let me see if I can.
Good job.
thank y'all for watching. Hope everybody enjoyed themselves. I did. This was Confluence. BeetleBird and sorry if I name us. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a great day or night, whichever time it is. Knuckle bomb, good luck.